All right, the bull market lives on. It is bloodied and bruised, but it lives on. And so let's just go over everything here real quick. We'll do the market analysis, then we'll do all the positions, and what my opinion are for things moving forward. So you have ES here that is acting fine, back above the moving averages, which you want to see. It's great that we got a good close today, and and a little bit of continuation here after hours. Today I figured that it was going to be a pretty good day, and so I went long ES last night, and then some other stuff, but I guess, well, I'm kind of jumping ahead. So anyways, okay, so ES looks good. Let's go over to NQ here, and yeah, good day. You want to see some strength here today. If things were going to roll over today, that would have been a huge concern, but a good strong day. And then let's go over Russell, and I think yesterday the Russell was pretty good. Today let's look at this IWM. So for the last couple of trading days, the Russell has performed pretty well, which gave me a good sort of indication that, we could start going long again, because, if this bull market was going to be over, and it still very well could, but, if it was going to be over, then, the Russell would have really rolled over, but instead it trapped everybody and has gone higher. So I'm not that concerned. Dow is sort of limping, it's kind of a bummer. Dow looks pretty weak. And so now let's go over some Mag 7. I think Apple had a nice strong day today. They're investing a lot of money in America. Move their manufacturing here, something like $600 billion or something over a number of years. I think $100 billion this year, or something like that. I mean, some astronomical numbers. So that's fantastic. That's a huge win for Trump and everybody in this country. You want to see companies investing money into America if you live in America. So Apple, nice strong day. So that's good. Microsoft, let's see how Microsoft is performing. Yeah, this day, at the earnings when Microsoft was up real big, I was very, very skeptical of things. Markets were not acting right, and especially with that close, and Microsoft told me to get out of pretty much everything. But okay, that's for the positions. Nvidia is still rocking and rolling, no big deal. Nvidia, Amazon, wow, see, yeah, nice little recovery. Whatever. Let's see this on a weekly chart. And if this can continue higher, this looks pretty good, actually. Amazon. Oh, let's see Meta. Shoot, yeah. See, Meta's just consolidating, completely fine. Looks really good. Google's consolidating here and looks really good. Wow, yeah, see, a bunch of stuff looks really good. And then, Tesla. Let's see, Tesla's rocking and rolling, kind of. when markets are basically at all-time highs, you really got to look for stocks that are also at all-time highs. Otherwise, they're, kind of sick. Now, I still think Tesla could, perform great. So again, I'll certainly go after Tesla again. Um, but yeah, I mean, we'll see. I just am not much of a single stock guy. I just so okay. So there's that. Now let's go. So overall, I would say overall Mag 7 looks good. Um, uh, all indexes are fine. I would say Russell is basically confirmation that the party lives on. Another huge confirmation that gave me confidence for ES yesterday is the Nikkei. And, I mean, shoot, this thing is looking good. Remember, this day was like a 4% move. It's consolidated really nice and was really turning up after good consolidations, filled this gap. It's turning up. And, so, okay, yeah. So now, all right, let's go over Germany. I don't know. This does not meet any of my criteria. This is below the 50-day moving average. Things are starting to roll over. Oops, Malaysia. Oh, wow, Malaysia looks pretty good. Mexico, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, nothing's really rolling over. So, if anything, this gives me lots of confidence for the end of the week here. Although I think there is some data that's coming out tomorrow that's kind of big. I can't recall what it is, jobs data. I don't know. I'll look again. Okay. And then so sectors will go over. So XLI, again, this looks fine. Let's look at communications. Yeah, it looks all right. Let's look at Netflix since we're at it here. Yeah, see, Netflix is starting to maybe form some sort of bottom. Let's look at this on a weekly chart. I mean, yeah, you got a clear risk to reward here. So, okay. Materials, Did oil have a good day today? Wow. That's surprising. A big reversal in oil. Very surprising. Very, very surprising. Huh. Yeah, that's pretty surprising. But again, there was a relatively big move that was happening. But for me, in my opinion, that's why moving averages are important. Some people don't really pay attention to them. They've saved my butt a million times. And this is another one. Time today, I was pretty close to, CL looked pretty good. But with, it basically being at all of these moving averages that are starting to sort of turn down, I was like, nah, man, you can't do it. I can't force it. I would have been forcing it. So, all right, let's look at energy. Yeah, see, now this is sort of starting to roll over. Wow, interesting. Very interesting. Huh? That could be pretty good for inflation expectations. Let's see how. Bonds. Yeah, see, they really have rallied today. So, cool. Well, I guess from all through here, was this when the crude oil inventories came out and then just all bought? Wow. So again, there's a bunch of good stuff here. Okay, biotech. there's just so much better crap to go after with biotech, you know? Um, Again, I saw people posting about going long biotech, but lots of them you don't, that I saw, they didn't have like the moving averages on the chart, and so it totally looks like a bottoming pattern, and it still very well could be, and this could absolutely work, but they're posting these pictures right at the 200-day moving average, and there's just, again, not saying it can't work, it's just there's so much better stuff to go after, right? Like Microsoft making all-time highs, Nvidia making all-time highs. You want strength. Well, markets are very strong. There's no sense in going after weak stuff here. So you just be forcing it. There's no point. See, same with healthcare. There's been a million times in here where I have talked about, like, yeah, I mean, I could see an argument if you're trying to pick a bottom, sure, but it doesn't meet, my criteria, which would be, in an uptrend above the 200-day moving average, above the 50-day moving average, above the 21-day moving average. So now it looks relatively bad. Okay. Looks like real estate. Wow, man, that doesn't look good. What's home builders? XHB. See, back above the 200-day moving average. That's good, but this still needs to sort of level out and move back up. I want to see if I'm going to go long something, like a nice uptrend, where I can put all the probabilities in my favor. That's really all I care about. A good risk to reward and all the probabilities in my favor. There's no sense in fighting anything, or with the 200-day moving average sort of rolling over. There's just no sense in doing it. So, let's look at utilities. Wow, yeah, see? Dang, utilities looks good. And we'll go over to financials. It's going to sort of look the same how Dow's looking and whatever. But I probably... let's look at nuclear energy. Nuclear energy's been performing really well, making, new highs. SMR looks pretty good. OKLO is like going to the moon. Yeah, I mean, that's like 12% in a single day again yesterday. I mean, just CCJ I think looks pretty good for another entry. No, this would be sort of forcing it in here, but again, clear uptrend. It's this industry is still working out really good. So overall, I would say, oh my gosh, we've got to go over Bitcoin. We need to see some nice kind of continuation here pretty soon. I've started another position here in this, which I'll talk about in a little bit, but okay, so Marathon looks not good. Hut looks pretty good, actually. Hut looks pretty good. Riot is, wow, that looks good. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me to get, some of this gap up here filled. I wonder what happened on their earnings. I have no clue. Looks like they beat earnings. I wonder what happened. Okay, and then look at Bitfarms. Yeah, I mean, this sort of looks kind of good, So, I mean, look at MicroStrategy. How did MicroStrategy do today? Just up 2%. Really kind of a bummer. This thing really needs to get going. yeah, it's a little bit funky in here, but man, if this thing can get going, look out. So I guess that would be a positive with this. How many months was this back here? So I'll go from here, March 15 of 24 to October. So I don't know how many months is that. March, April, May, August, September, October. 7 months. So we are, so December to now 8 months or so. Okay, 9 months. Yeah, so if this can get rocking, look for, another expected move along these lines. All right, so that's it for my opinion on things. I would, the fact that small caps are still working and everything looks totally fine. We've got a little scare going on. I don't know. It's kind of neither here nor there. It doesn't really matter. Lots of things look good. Indexes, great risk to reward to go after. And small caps working. Bonds recover today. Oil's selling off. Maybe inflation expectations are going to be coming down. So all of that can certainly be bullish. Okay, so now for the positions, we'll go over ES trade, and I'll show you where I placed this last night. It's right here at 6:30. What time is this? 10 o'clock my time. 8 o'clock my time. Yeah, 10 o'clock didn't sound right. 8 o'clock my time. At 63.38, so basically right here. That's where I placed this trade. Got out of this today, right here at 63.70. So really nice trade. And the reason I got out here is pretty obvious place, right here. And hey, if I would have continued holding this, that's an extra 15 points so far. Anything tomorrow could be a good day, and maybe the rest of the week could be a good day, but right here, I had no way to really tell. Really good trade. And we'll see. Maybe this bull market lives on, and so when things hit my price target, I get out. Most of the time, when they hit my price target and I don't get out and get greedy, I usually get screwed. So, really good trade. 638. 6338, 6370, it's a decent amount. So I'm definitely happy with that one. And this morning I placed TQQQ calls. It's expiring September 19 with a $90 strike price. $4.55 is what I pay for those. Those are currently $5.50. And then I put on some IBIT debit spreads. You want to see this starting to move out, and if this can really move out, I will definitely add and get very aggressive like, last time through here. But we have debit spreads to start this out, with the expiration being September 19. It's $65 on the long call and $75 on the short call, so a $10 spread, which is what I like to do. I paid right around $3 for them. It's basically flat, like 305 something, so basically flat. And let's see this on a weekly chart here. Shoot, man. Yeah, if this can start moving out, we'll be rocking and rolling. And, that's basically it. I don't know exactly how much there is to talk about on this video. I mean, for now, I think the bull market definitely lives on. ES and Q look really good. And it'll be interesting, what happens tomorrow and the end of the week. So if tomorrow's a good strong day and if tomorrow is not a bad day and then Friday is pretty good, then it's a green light again, and I like the risk to reward of indexes, which is basically what I trade. So I sort of like everything, and yeah, we could get pretty aggressive come Friday. That would be super cool. That would be awesome. So yeah, that's it. Let's look at just a couple more things here. Just get a broader sense. Broadcom. Yeah, almost all-time highs. Broadcom. Let's Palo Alto Networks. Oh man, yeah. See, these things are a no-go, but you would expect some sort of bounce here. Let's look at United Health. Is this thing ever going to come back from the dead? And the answer is no. I mean, what a perfect example of why you never try and pick bottoms. You don't see charts like this too often where you just think there's no way this thing can go lower, and it does. I can't really recall last time I've really seen something like this. 600 to 245 is one of the most brutal for a bellwether. You know what I mean? I mean, if with being in Dow Jones, to be able to fall like this, I mean, imagine if this wasn't in the Dow. That's like that would be crazy. Is there anything else on here worth going over? I don't know. Yeah, not really. So, all right, that's it. Dang, Shopify, 20% today. Yeah, bull market lives on, I guess, huh? So, all right, you guys. Hope everybody's had a great day, and let's finish this week out strong.